Emma, Zen, Level 1, Step 1, Day 2. Emma is a sweet little Labradoodle puppy. She loves to stand against me with her tail wagging, nosing me with her muzzle, trying to kiss my face. She's all puppy, 14 weeks old and lots of love. When she does Zen, her nose is very soft and she licks very little and then she pulls away. Every so often she'll reach up with a paw and try touching you. But she's already, after only a few lessons, started to figure out what Zen is. Now right there, she just reached back to scratch her bottom, and when I clicked, her head snapped back. It shows that she's starting to understand that the click means a reward is coming. And then she did it again. I'm not sure what it is about her bottom that's making her so scratchy, but her tail and her bottom seems to be a focus this past 2 days. And now she's seeing whether or not spinning her head around and looking at her butt and looking back is what's getting clicked. Nope, it's just pulling your nose away, sweetheart. I started giving her coconut oil to see if it's just dry skin that's making her so scratchy. And I've talked with her owner, and if she keeps this up over the weekend, we'll take her back to the vet and try to see what's happening. There she goes standing on me again. Her tail's all happy, and she's trying to explore with her feet and her nose to see if she can get the treats. It only happens when her feet touch the ground and she's pulled away. She hasn't had a lot of interest in food for the past 2 days, and today she is absolutely ravenous. She startled a little when the dogs barked, but then she returned after I started speaking. She seems to be relaxing a lot more about it, but she's curious and comes back for some reassurance to me to make sure that everything's okay. She hasn't quite figured out the leash yet. She ties herself up in knots a lot. She's managed to wrap the leash around her hind leg, and in a moment here I'm going to have to put the bowl aside and unwrap her leg. As you can hear, she takes her time to chew her kibble. Sometimes she'll swallow it whole, sometimes she'll only take a couple of chews, and sometimes she'll chew it for 50 times before she'll swallow. She doesn't mind being held or handled. She doesn't mind her feet being touched or any part of her body being touched. But she has a very bad habit of standing up against you and trying to hug you with her front legs. So I keep waiting for her feet to touch the ground before I reward her, and then go back to our Zen lesson. This lesson she will have gone through about half of her food, and after only a few times of correcting her for standing on me by not clicking, she's now sitting and focusing on the actual lesson itself. She's doing very well now. She's figured out what exactly is being clicked for, and she's giving me a lot more focus. And there she goes, standing on me again. She's very affectionate. She loves people, loves to make contact with people, and loves to make eye contact with people. So I just sit still. I don't make eye contact with her. I don't engage her. I just wait for her feet to touch. And it takes her a little bit. She's very wiggly right now. There we go. And it's hard to gauge when to offer the next piece of food because sometimes she chews for a little bit and sometimes she chews a lot. We'll get our timing down. We're both starting out together. There's one where she took the time to chew. She's got so much energy, she doesn't know what to do with herself sometimes. But she's very smart. She's doing an excellent job with her very first lessons. And she's just starting to figure out she's the one that's making me click and feed her. By the end of the day, every time she saw me pick up that bowl and put some food in it, she got excited. Every time she saw me pick up the clicker, she started to dance around me. She's really starting to figure out that the clicker and the food go together, and that lots of fun happens when we're working on it. Her morning lessons went much better than her evening lessons. During her morning lessons, she was able to focus better and was a lot more interested in food. By evening, she had lost her interest and was more playful.
All done.
There we go. Big kiss on the head. Cast: Emma as herself. Background singers: Max the baritone, Attitude the soprano. Produced by GSD Productions. Directed by C.K. Bales. Thank you for watching.